Welcome everybody to this episode of RoadKill Projects, where the Rotson gets great again. Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of RoadKill Projects. And today, today's gonna be a good one. All kinds of new. And of course, the return, my little baby right here. The Rotson. Yes, the knockoff 240Z or 240SX version of RoadKill's Rotson. This thing has been in the fleet for a very long time now. This is an old car. And every time I've messed with this car and tried to put a bigger motor than a straight 6 in it, it has burned down. And there is a video of that on the channel. But we successfully put an engine out of a bolide into this thing. Now, they changed how the bolide sounds in the current update. It sounds god-awful. I hate the noise for the bolide, even though it's supposed to be more accurate, blah, 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 blah. The nice throaty sound of a V8, it's gone for the bolide. It sounds like a V6 now. But, of course, the mod for the Rotson still sounds the same because I just didn't update it. But I was going to do a completely different episode involving the truck over there, but that's going to be put on hold because anything to do with the Rotson is always a good thing. It's going to be entertaining no matter what. The truck is just getting that prepared for another episode that you'll see eventually. But this is way better because I can turbo this car again. And no, it's not going to be a gasser. We're going to put a diesel engine in the Rotson. It is a diesel V8, so we're going to have to lose the hood because I could put the turbo sticking out of the hood. Which is, that's even a better excuse to do this. So we're going to tow the Rotson out to some new property that we have to hoon around on out in LA here. And oh boy, I'm excited to do this. I'm very excited to do this to this car because it might actually be fast for once. Because this V8 in the car sucks. But we got a few other things to do. The Rotson has needed some points for a little while now. It's been sitting. I haven't used this thing since episode 30. So we're going to do suspension. I'm going to throw some sport coilovers on it because the race ones are too stiff as it is, and I want the car to ride a little bit better over bumps. Racing seats, I want to make the car a little bit lighter. We got to get rid of the hood. And probably a few other things. Not putting an exhaust on it, though. It's going to be open headers with this diesel. But, yeah. Let's get this thing in the trailer and tow it out to the new property. Oh my god, this truck is a fucking pig. No, don't go down the mountain. Okay, hold on. Oh, don't roll backwards. Let's put it in low. Oh boy. For wheel though. Wow. This thing can't tow up hills. Come on, transmission, shift. There we go. Give me that little bit of torque. Alright. Out of low, out of four wheel. Alright, we should be good to go now. Wow, that's bad. This is a very tight fit. Oh man. Oh boy. I did not expect that to happen. Is it gonna scrape? Yeah, it is. Alright. Let's see how it handles the bumps here with the new little hoon property that we have. Oh man. Oh, this thing is fun. The diesel's gonna be way more fun too. So wonderful. All right. So let's start off with taking the hood off. That's usually the best idea. As you can see, here's the good old Bolide engine going away. I'm gonna miss this motor. This motor sounds awesome. And it was possibly one of the greatest things I've done with this car successfully. But it is out with the old and in with a 6-liter diesel V8. Ooh, the texture's all screwed up on it. But I do need to put in a new fuel tank. I just assume that the messed up texture is usual, or is just a bug with the mod, I'd imagine. Oh, I need to get that exhaust off. What the hell am I doing? Wait a oh my god, you're kidding me! The downpipe is an actual separate... Oh yes, it has a flapper! Best mod ever. I'm more exhaust to the back, right? Yeah, perfect. Alright, I gotta put an adjustable ECU in this because I might want to make it rev higher. I really want to put I really wanted to do the snorkel. Because that sticks up in the air. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the snorkel. And we ain't keeping the stock turbo. We're putting an adjustable turbo in this thing. And just to be safe, we're throwing in... We'll throw in the ultra heavy duty long block. I think the 5-speed and the diff will be good enough. Yeah, the texture's all messed up on it. And the flapper is broken. Oh, the fender, not the fender, the trans actually limits it. That's only 55 miles an hour. I wonder if there's a special transmission for this. This thing is already making 22 pounds of boost. I think that's the most boost that I've ever made in this car. Alright, we need to make some changes. I think I need a trans. Because I did see there was a drag setup for this mod. Oh my god. This view. This is the greatest view I think I have on any vehicle in this game. Now, I wonder if this is at max boost. Before I go and make some changes to this poor thing, we gotta see if this is max boost. Oh, no, it isn't. That's... Oh, man. Alright, so we're gonna bump up the rev limiter to 4 grand. I feel like I'll get a little bit more speed out of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it definitely gets a little bit more out of it. Yeah, we gotta do a launch. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is great. This is the greatest car I have now. By far. Nothing will ever top this car. Alright, well, I'm gonna figure out the whole transmission issue and put the suspension on the car. And we'll be back to hoon around with this, because we gotta go through some back roads with this setup. Because this is amazing. Oh, this thing is great, and I love how the turbo holds boost when it spools. So, I only got the thing to go a little faster. 104 is the top speed. It's got a 6-speed manual transmission now with 377 gears in the rear, limited slip. Put the race tires in it. The suspension is a little jank on this car. I had to put race struts on the front so that I could raise it back up. But other than that, sport struts in the rear, the car does ride a lot better. But I put the seats in. I put a shift light in wherever that ended up. Let's look, actually. But yeah, I actually contacted the mod developer to see if he could help me tune the transmission and also help me figure out what mod is conflicting with the textures for the motor. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be, you know, something along the lines of clear the cache as an answer, but if he can help me tune the trans, that would be great, because I don't really care if the textures are fucked up on this thing. Makes the car actually look kind of cool, and keeps it messy looking. But my god, is this thing a bullet? Like, it doesn't feel like you're actually going 104. Ooh, 105, new top speed. Like, this thing feels way faster than that. This car is a rocket, though. It loves to go fast. And I'm willing to bet it's just because of how light the vehicle is into a ditch. The oil pan does hang low on this. Like, this car really does go fast for what it is. Let's try a launch here. Like, it might actually be a decent tune for the quarter. Like, if the car grips up and everything and doesn't do a wheelie, because I'd imagine with these grippy tires it's going to probably pull a wheelie pulling this much torque. And you know what? I think for shits and giggles, let's see how much power this little thing is making. I don't know how much this car weighs, because I think the scale is broken in BeamNG. I could pull it out and see, and maybe leave it as like a little thing at the bottom of the screen. I would like to know how much this thing weighs so I could possibly do the math for the power to weight ratio. Because I'd imagine it's insane on this. So, with the turbo, this thing is making 704 pound-foot of torque on 22 pounds of boost and 306 horsepower. That's really good torque. Even just NA, the thing makes 298 pound-foot of torque, which is way more than what I think the stock motor makes for this car. And I am definitely making more torque than the V8. For sure. The V8 had a higher top speed, but I think this thing would beat the V8 in a quarter mile in an instant. Which, this car is great. Like, it stays within a pretty good power band. Let's do another launch. Like the turbo doesn't stop spooling. It just stays in boost. The Rotson is yet again great. This was the greatest thing that I could have done to this car. Because I really started to dislike the Bolide engine when I couldn't really put any type of aspiration on it without the game being buggy. Or without the motor wanting to explode, because there wasn't many options put into the Bolide V8 for this car. But I think a diesel V8 is better. Plus hater pipe and tractor flapper and... Oh, I bottomed out there. That was the windshield. This thing really does fly. And it makes the car way more fun. It makes it look cooler with the snorkel sticking up. The Rotson's great again. And without failure, it can't go over 104, but decently fast. Great vehicle. Hopefully you have enjoyed, though. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye. That was weak. Needs better burnouts.